Anthony Joshua vs. Jake Paul. I just finished to watch the fight as I decided not to wake up very early to watch it live because I was really hoping that finally we would have a normal result of this fight against Paul. I woke up and straight away I went into the fight to watch it and do some analysis and break it down for you all. Welcome to you all to No Coaches, No Boxing, the podcast with Gabriele Martelli. Welcome to you all, coaches and boxing fans, supporters, boxing lovers. Here we are. So Anthony Joshua vs. Jake Paul. We all know that all this career of Jake Paul was really full of rumors, full of accusations, strange, of course, results, strange choice of opponents, different weights, very old, retired. Anyway, before I step into the fight analysis, as I have here some notes about all the 6 rounds, I would like to also analyze another kind of aspect with you all to think. Now, we have this Jake Paul that we all know where he comes from. So he's a YouTuber, then someone, of course, so Disney, but Disney, he is in the entertainment area. So that's where he started. That's not like, it doesn't make him less than anybody else. It's just, this is a process of the entertainment when they are young, and so you grow up, you go into other things. Then he, of course, built a sort of empire together with his brother with YouTube, and I have to say and admit, of course, that they are very good in what they do because they are really powerful and they build a great company, and their, of course, results are incredible and undoubtedly one of the best in this business. Then they decided to take over in the boxing world as entertainment, because this is what it is. Now, what is really interesting is something that I always say to all my students when we talk about psychology. We should analyze the why they went into this, because yes, what we see is all of the entertainment side, all these really over acting, things and way that Jake Paul entered in any kind of spot he has when it comes to fights. We see the exaggeration of the behavior of the things, and somehow he's playing with some of the real fighter behavior and acts, and he mixed it up and he created this thing that for some could also look like a mockery. It might be, of course. That's what I see, by the way, because, when he acts this way, it's like kind of mocking some of the things that he saw with his eyes. So, of course, as a master of marketing and entertainment, he's just using it in a way to create this character, which is the Jake Paul in the fight. So he created this character, and of course he gave the personality, he gave the way of speech and any kind of other attributions to have this character a reality. So he is this way, and they stick to this script, to this plan, like the character is this and I'm acting this way. On the other, also we need to calculate this, that Jake has a very huge amount of money available to have access to the best trainers and facilities in the world. Then he's a young man, of course. Of course, he did fight. He did train as a monster. That's undoubtedly he does, because why wouldn't he? He has all the possibilities. He has the money to access all the best trainers, facilities, tools, equipment. So he likes it. He can. He did the training. Now it's since some years. So it's not that he didn't learn anything. Just what nobody liked is that since the very beginning, acting like a world champion. And this is, of course, the sidebar, let's say, that nobody likes it, but we need to take in consideration many things and not just to, let's say, complain about things that we see without digging. Now, as I said, he is working very hard because he can. Training when you are young, training in a sport that then maybe you like, of course, is super cool. Most of the boxers, they don't have the money to access super trainers, and then so they need to go through a very tough path. He didn't. Yes, he did skip a lot of lines, okay? But now let's go back to the fight. Now, AJ took this fight knowing that he was going to win. Yes, he was out of the ring since 15 months, but we are talking about an Olympic champion and 2 times undisputed, heavyweight champion. So we're not talking about someone that never been in the ring, and for sure he didn't stop training in these 15 months. He was constantly training, and then finding again the next chapter, what he wants to do. AJ already, he did a lot, so it's not that he need to prove anything but himself. So we all know, if you're a fighter, if you were a boxer, you know that most of the time what we want to prove to ourselves that we can still doing it. And sometimes this is something that doesn't really let us sleep, because it's about us, and this is just a relationship between ourselves. So said that, Anthony just, okay, let's do this fight. He was supposed to fight someone else. Let's do this fight. Now I analyzed all round by round. I have to say one thing. So first of all, we need to consider many aspects of this fight, considering that as the fight started, the fight plan of Jake Paul was pretty clear. Stay away from AJ. This is hands down very simple to see. And AJ on the other side was very calm, but he was showing that he just wanted to find that shot and close the job. Done. In fact, in the first round, AJ here is just focused, and moving very calm, not wasting any kind of energies or any kind of punches for nothing. Also, this is heavyweight boxing. He's not fighting someone that could ever be, let's say, a threat against him, but a wise boxer also knows that punches are punches, and even if you get a punch by a mistake or just playing because you are not focused, you can never put the hands down and not being focused, because this would be stupid, because even by mistake someone falling could just land a lucky punch that can upset many. So he's showing just he's very focused, he's calm, and he wants to close the job from the very beginning. On the other side, Jake Paul did stay away all the time in all the rounds without showing anything else. He tried to throw in a couple of punches. Then we saw also, I don't remember now in what round, because in round 2 already AJ, started changing a bit the rhythm, and bam, he got him also with a couple of jabs to the body, to the upper body, showing and letting Paul, okay, this is the power. So he started breaking the spirit, because this is what he wanted to do. He wanted to break his spirit slowly. So, and what I can see that he was just, even in the second round, moving and just trying to survive. Nothing really important happened there. Now in the round 3, I see here from my notes that AJ started closing the distance and still trying to close. And Paul started even doing more, moving away and clinching. Now this clinching was very bad. This we have to say, because yes, the funny fact that he presented himself with the Hulkmania outfit, so this is cool, paying respect to Hulk Hogan, which who was a legend. I remember when I was a kid, Hulk Hogan always was a legend to anybody. Amazing person, amazing athlete, so big, also for the wrestlers they participate in WWE. Is incredible what they can do with that amount of weight and height, and they are so wow incredible. You know what I'm talking about, guys. So, but this clinching and trying to take down, this was very bad, also that was very, maybe I don't know if this was also the advice, but very bad advice, because when you are clinch, especially when you do a normal clinch, a boxing clinch, and you have someone heavier and taller and bigger than you waste a lot of energies. And in a heavyweight fight like that, when you are not at the same level and you're truly risking your life, wasting all these energies is very risky, not a very good idea. But this was showing that Jake in his mind was worried at the situation, because if you check and you and look at his eyes in some of the situations where the position of the eyes was, where he was throwing the punches, when you throw the punches like this, it's because you hope to do something but you are not looking at the target. That shows that you are worried about what you're doing. Okay, some punches got landed on AJ, but when AJ decided to close the distance, because he said, okay, now let's go there. One thing also that was interesting, if you notice now, AJ in the first two rounds, especially in the first, was very standing tall. Then he realized that always this movement of Jake and this difference of height, he had to change something to go to the target without missing. And then he started also changing. Go and check. Go and check yourself the fight. The change, the height of himself, a bit of wider position of the legs, going more on the knees, because that's a better way to connect. And also, if any punches are coming in when you are the taller one and you are going on your knees lower and you have a bit wider position, the moment you receive a jab or whatever attack, to go away, it's like bam, because you are taller, and going lower is just a fake height. But I do like this and I'm very far away, big time. So it shows this, okay, I want to connect now. I want to connect, because yes, for a while he started being frustrated. Also, if you see the face expression of AJ, because he wanted just to fight, and now, all this clinching, all this trying to take down, falling, got very, frustrated. This is basically very, very simple to see. Then we had the very first, I think the very first knockdown is in the fifth. From the fifth, everything finished. Also, I would like to say, because we have 2 counts in the fifth, yes, and then we have a third, yes, and the fourth in the sixth. In this, the referee, I think, in my opinion, the referee should have stopped earlier. Now, what is the point that always we teach to all our coaches? Safety of the boxer. Now, Jake Paul, with that last punch that knocked him down big time, with that big right hand, AJ went left down and boom, and close it, and there, check the position of the legs of AJ. He went down, then first with the jab to the body, and then bam, close with the right hand straight away. And that's a right hand straight away to the jaw, bam. And that also takes me to the teaching of the explanation on how the knockouts happen when there is this happen. And we teach this during our courses. And if you were attending our courses, you know what I'm talking about. The rotation, that sometimes we say that it comes before from closer punches like the hooks. But in this time, was a perfect right hand connecting with all the speed, all the straight path and timing and position of the face of the opponent, who in this case couldn't see the fight coming at all because was already destroyed and very tired, and saw that the right with all the hips and shoulder and weight went down in a devastating way. So the referee should have stopped it earlier, because already the third count was, to be to me, too much, considering that we have there someone in a ring with Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua fought all the best in the world. He's 2 times heavyweight world champion, Olympic champion, and Jake is not at that level. So we should have protected, the referee should have protected better and stopped earlier. This end, of course, looks way better for AJ, because this finish was way clearer than the three knockouts earlier. But I would have stopped it anyway to avoid, because now I think he had a broken jaw, and might be that this broken jaw was caused from the last right hand, the devastating right hand that AJ delivered. And also I think that AJ didn't deliver with the full power, because otherwise I don't think that Jake would have stand up again. Now, what we have to say, because we need to be honest, we don't just have to throw, this and that. I don't like that. Now, we're talking about someone that anyway, beside the fact of entertainment, this and that, the trash talk, the acting, anyway, stepped into the ring this time with an Anthony Joshua determined to win this fight. Okay? So, and by the way, you see that he was worried. He was worried because, of course, if you are not worried, then you are completely out of your mind. He was worried. You look at his eyes in many moments of this fight, and you will realize that, that's what was happening. He did realize where he was, and he got knocked out, but he got up. He could stay down. He could, but he did stand up, and that's not a script. That's not scripted, because you see how he went down and how he was feeling down, but he didn't give up. As I said before, he trained for many years. He has money to access to everything at the highest level, so he just trained. And of course, he has some, he learned something. But we should say, okay, we saw something. He got knocked down badly 3 times before getting knocked down finally, and he's still getting up. So we need to be responsible to say in that, kudos to him, because he showed anyway that he has some balls to go up again, knowing that he knew that he was going to be knocked out at the end. At that moment, Then, of course, he tried also to deliver some more punches also, but he touched AJ at that point, but AJ at that time decided to go closer. So when you are there, you share punches, you trade punches, unless the other one just tried there. Okay, he tried. He landed a couple of AJ, but AJ wanted that, because when you also are delivering something, you are also uncovering yourself. So opening and giving the opportunity to AJ, of course, in this case, to find a way, and bam, clear way and close finally the fight. Anyway, now I wanted to give you my, let's say, honest opinion, not just pushed by all the hype of the things, this and that. No, this was a fight that probably shouldn't have happened for the safety of the boxer. But on the other side, Jake wanted this. He called out Anthony. Anthony went in. Also, good for Anthony, because we said that he was out for 15 months. So doing 2-3 rounds more just in the ring, moving, for him, I think, was not more than a sparring session, and not and let's say and not very dangerous sparring session, not at all. Just a workout, but in front of people, with the expectations, with let's say responsibility of the result in front of millions of people. So a different kind of sparring that the one that you do in front of all these people, which gives you the same emotions when you are doing a fight against an opponent that really can be a threat to you and to whatever you want to accomplish with that fight. So I think at the end of the day, good for Anthony. He did this. He made a lot of money. So I don't think that was a wrong decision for him. And now he called Fury. At the end of the fight, we will see if this fight between AJ and Fury will ever happen. All right. My coaches, no boxing. I will not do any editing in this video. I will just drop it there for you all to see. This was just a quick analysis, not so quick. I see it's 22 minutes, but we had to say something. I will do any at all of editing. I will just drop it there for you so you can see right now. Today's Saturday, of course. I just finished moments ago to watch the fight and do this quick analysis. Now, I wish you to enjoy the rest of the day and the rest of the weekend. There is many fights that are about to happen, and I will be there for you to drop some comments and break down, because it's always cool to discuss our beloved sport of boxing. Boom! I'll see you into the next.